Hey guys, today we're going to take our calendar and time signs up to the next level. Right before we left for spring break, we were killing it with the this week signs for the present tense vocabulary. So we're going to go over those really quickly just to feel comfortable. And then we're going to hit the past tense stuff and future tense as well. I know we stuck our finger in the present or the future tense, but we're going to really make sure it's very clear. We can keep going. Okay, so I made you a calendar and it's almost straight. But there is a version of this going to be uploaded into Teams and also double uploaded into Focus for you to be able to play with and edit if you want to. So look for a better version of this already uploaded. Okay, so we're going to play with this week. And I know that it's this week because I just picked the 15th, April 15th, as our today for reference. So please sing with me today. Cool. Okay, so we know the sign for today also doubles as a marker for present tense. So when we're going to say this week, this Monday, this kind of stuff, it turns into this across the board. So this Monday, this Wednesday, this Saturday, those kind of things. We got that. You guys did a really great job. For those of you who already uploaded your present tense practice sentence video, looking beautiful. Things get a little shady when we start to talk about the this week stuff, and some things have their own signs. So, for example, yesterday and tomorrow have their own signs. So please sign with me yesterday. Watch your problem orientation yesterday. And please sign with me tomorrow. Good job. All right. And then, I don't know if you're anything like me. We talked about this before in class, but for when it's this week, sometimes people get a little weird when they say on Monday I went to the park or whatever. And I don't know if they mean Monday the 13th or if they mean Monday the 20th. So occasionally you might have to fill in some numbers just to be extra clear, because that's the whole point. Okay. So if I was going to say I did something on Monday the 13th, okay, I would say on Monday the 13th. Okay. It's just the day of the week with the number sign. Okay. To make a complex time sign. So it's Monday the 13th. No biggie, right? Okay, so I assigned a video for you guys to take care of just to check in to make sure you didn't forget me over break. And then I asked you to do future tense stuff, okay? Future tense is a little bit tricky because everything moves. I know you already know that when something is in the future in sign language, the time signs move forward, okay? However, there are a couple time signs in the future tense world that are a little bit awkward and they have their own movement. They don't abide by the rules, so hold that thought. And just for our intents and purposes, please sign with me next week. Next week, okay? Some of you guys that already uploaded your videos, I'm gonna request for you to try that one again because you were doing a different sign for next. It's not next in time, it's next in sequence, and we're gonna, okay, so we're going to stick to the time sign next week. It's basically the weak hand, the base hand, and your dominant hand makes a check mark, like a swoosh, next week, moving into the future, okay? So when you say things like next Monday, it just turns into next week, Monday, okay? Now, a couple of you guys were picking up on the use of the generic sign for future, so you could do future Monday as well. Either one of those would be acceptable. So again, you could do next week Monday, or you could do future Monday. Either one would be great, okay? So same thing would happen if you're doing something like next Wednesday, same thing. Make sure you open those fingers nice and wide for Wednesday so we can keep it separate from Monday. Or you could do future Monday, or Wednesday, okay? Same thing for Friday as well. Next week Friday, or future Friday. You pick, okay? I get to pick whatever I want. You get to pick whatever you want as well. Make sense? Okay. So those are just the generic ones, but there are a couple of the future tense signs that got a little weird, okay? And they have their own sign, and they are going to be on this sheet I'm going to flip to real quick. Hold that thought. All right. So these two signs don't follow that rule. They don't have a this plus this equals that kind of formula we were working with before, like some of the other ones do. They have their own sign. So please sign with me generic next week. Okay, next week. And then we got our good friend next year. Please sign with me next year. Next year. Okay. In the videos that some of you have turned in already, I saw a few of you doing next week, next year, like some sort of hybrid sign happening. You gotta keep them separate, okay? I will also upload again for you the list of the time signs. So, and I will mark the ones that have their own sign in case you don't have your copy. Because if you're anything like me, you left it in your locker. It might be sitting on my table in my classroom right now. We don't really know, okay? So watch those future signs, no big deal. All right, back to the beautiful calendar. Okay, so we did present tense and future tense, okay? We are owning the present tense. And we're doing okay with the future tense. Most of you guys are okay. There's a little bit of confusion. However, now we're going to take it to past tense. So, boom, past tense turns into last week. The good news is that the signs that are challenging, that have their own sign for the future tense, also have their own sign for the past tense. So, let's talk about last week. We know that time signs are going to move. Okay? So I drew you, Rockne School of Art, okay? Future signs move away from your body into the future, okay? Forward. Present tense stays by your normal signing space. So past tense signs are going to move backwards just a little bit, okay? So back to our calendar. Whip, all right? So please sign with me, last week. Last week. It looks a lot like next week, but except it kicks it backwards to the past tense. Remember? All of this stuff already happened, so past tense. Cool. So if we're going to do last Sunday, if this is today, I'm going to go do. I'm in trouble. Do you mean the 12th was last Sunday? Or are you talking about like the 5th? This might be one of those times that more than one answer might be correct, so you might have to give a number. Let's just stick with the 12th just because. Okay? So you have two choices. You can sign last week Sunday, or you can sign past Sunday. Past. Like you're just pushing it back. Past Sunday. Make sense? I know it does. All right. Boom. This is today. If I'm signing last Tuesday, it could be yesterday, but probably not because you would just say yesterday. So we're going to just assume that it's the 7th. But again, you might need to use the number for clarification. So you can sign last Tuesday, or you can sign last Tuesday. It depends. I like to mix it up. I'm that kind of girl. Then we got this guy. It says last weekend on it in case you can't see. Okay? If this is today, last weekend is definitely the 10th and the 11th. So you would do last weekend. Okay? Last weekend. Again, I will send you the list of vocabulary. I'm planning to make separate vocabulary videos in case you need to have refreshers on the base signs for any of these, and I'll separate them. But this is where we're headed. So, in your focus, there will be an assignment coming up where you will have a calendar that I already filled out, nice and fantastic for you, with different activities every day, much like the one you created before we left that we didn't get to do anything with. Okay? So, I will ask you questions. Okay, last Wednesday, what did you do? And then you look at your calendar and you're like, last Wednesday, I went to the park, or whatever you did based on the calendar that I've uploaded for you. Okay, so be on the lookout for everything in print and everything in video, and I'll be thinking of you and ready for your questions. Thanks for your time. Bye, guys.